I'm completing this challenge for 31 days in order to raise money for the Canadian Cancer Society, and I'm already halfway through my goal. So thank you to everyone who's donated, and a reminder, if you haven't yet, the link is in the description below. Let's begin in our easy seat, connecting sit bones with the mat, reaching the crown of the head towards the ceiling, gently tucking the chin. Bring the left hand to the heart, right hand to the belly, or leave your hands in your lap. Gently soften the gaze or close the eyes. Begin to focus on your breath, arriving in this moment. Gently bat the eyes open and release your hands to your lap or to the mat beside you. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up. Exhale, drop them down. Sigh it out. One more. Inhale to center. Exhale, drop your right ear to right shoulder. Inhale here. Exhale, roll forward, bringing your chin to your chest. Inhale to center. Exhale, roll over to the left, bringing left ear to left shoulder. One more like this. Inhale, bring your head to center. Exhale, reaching the left hand overhead crescent to the right. Inhale to center. Slide the left hand along the mat, crescent to the left. Two more each side like that. And come to center. Bring your right hand to your left knee and cross your left hand over top of your right hand to your right knee. Inhale, arch the back, look up. Exhale, round back. Inhale to a tall spine. Then unthread your right hand, bringing it up over your shoulder. Exhale, twist, looking back over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center, bringing that right hand over to the left knee on top of the left arm. Inhale, arch and look up. Exhale, round back. Inhale, come back to a straight, tall spine. Unthread the left arm, bringing it up from the shoulder. Exhale, twist, looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, twist back to center, and let's come over our knees into tabletop. Hands come under the shoulders, fingers spread out nice and wide, knees underneath the hips. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the pelvis, lift the gaze for cow. Exhale, tuck the pelvis, round the back, drop the head for cat. Two more like this with your breath. Inhale, back to center, walking the knees as wide as your mat, bringing your toes to touch. Slide the hips back, and then walk the hands over to the right, stacking the left hand on top of the right, and dropping down into a child's pose with a side stretch. Inhale to lift your head, walking your hands over to the left, stacking the right hand on top of the left, dropping the head down. Exhale here. Inhale, lift the head, walk the hands to center, and drop down into a child's pose. Inhale, pull yourself up to tabletop, walking the knees underneath the hips, and then pressing up and back. Shoulders come up the back body, coming into downward dog. From your downward dog, start to bring your weight into your left hand so that you can come up on the tips of your fingers on the right hand. Trying to keep your hips level and stable as you reach your right hand across to your left ankle, and then look under your left armpit. And then inhale back to center in your downward dog. Take one full breath here. And then walk your feet up to your hands, coming into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Bending your knees slightly, letting your belly reach towards your thighs, head reaches towards the ground. Bring a block underneath you here. And inhale, halfway lift, bringing your right hand to the block right underneath your face. Bend into the right knee, straighten the left knee, and then open your left arm up towards the sky into a twist. Inhale here, exhale, fold forward. From your forward fold, bend your knees generously and place your hands down on the mat. And then step your right foot back, dropping the knee down, coming into a low lunge. Remember, tuck the pelvis under here. Inhale here, arch the back slightly. Exhale, hands down to frame the front foot. And then inhale, twist, bringing the left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring that hand down. Option here to keep that hand up as you tuck the toe, come up into a crescent lunge twist, or high lunge twist, or From here in the low lunge, tuck your toes, use your hands to get your balance, and then come into your twist. However you get here, let's take 2 breaths here in a high lunge twist. Inhale here. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock back into a 3-legged dog. And then place that left foot on the mat. Pedal out your dog a little bit. And let's repeat that sequence on the other side. Walking your feet up to your hands. And let's repeat that sequence on the other side. Bringing your weight into your right hand. Start to tense your fingers on the left hand. And then reach back for your right ankle. Inhale to untwist, bringing your left hand back forward. 1 breath here in downward dog. And then walk your feet up to your hands and come into a forward fold at the front of your mat. Dropping the head down, resting the belly on the thighs. Bringing the block under your face. Bring your left hand to the block this time. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Bend into the left knee and open up to the right. Exhale, come back into a forward fold. Bending into your knees generously so you can place your hands down on the mat. And then let's step the left foot back. Untuck the toes. Inhaling up into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Inhale, arch the back slightly, and then exhale, bring the hands down to frame the front foot. Leaving the left hand down, let's inhale and twist to the right. Exhale, back down to lift the back knee, or leave the arm up. Tuck the toes, lift the back knee, come straight in here. Inhale here, exhale, hands come down, rock forward slightly, back to 3-legged dog. And replace that right foot down. And then inhale, walk your feet to your hands. Slowly roll up to mountain pose. I'm going to turn forward so that you can see me better. In mountain pose, look down at your feet, making sure your toes are spread wide. Big toes are pressed firmly into the mat. Arches of the feet are lifting up. And let's inhale, bring the hands overhead, interlacing the fingers, leaving the thumb and The thumb and first finger out. Inhale to center. Exhale, crescent to the right, leaving the hips where they are. Only the upper body moves as much as possible. Exhale, left. Inhale to center. 2 more times on each side. Undo your hands. And then bringing your weight back into your heels. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, sit back into chair. Remember, pulling your navel to your spine, tucking your pelvis under. Inhale, push back up to Tadasana. Exhale, bring the hands out straight from the shoulders. And let's cross the right arm over the left at the elbows. And then bring the backs of the arms together. Keeping your elbows at shoulder height. If this is a stretch for you, stay here. If you have a little bit more mobility, you can reach your finger. Which hand is which? This is eagle arms. Inhale, lift the elbows up slightly. Exhale, keeping the arms as they are. Bend forward into a forward fold. Inhale, back up to mountain. Undo. Bring your weight over into your right leg. Lifting up on the toes of the left foot. You can bring your hands to your hips to help your balance. Finding a spot in front of you to focus on. Lift the left knee up to the height of your hip. Hold here. And exhale, let it go down. Hold here. And then cross your left foot over your right knee and begin to sit back into a chair pose. Arms can come out or in front, or stay here, or heart center. And then untwist. Coming back into mountain, shake up your right foot a little bit. From mountain pose, let's inhale, bring our arms straight out in front of us again. Now this time, cross the left arm over the right at the elbows, bringing the backs of the hands together, or right fingers come to left palm. Making sure the elbows stay at the height of the shoulders, here in your eagle arms. Inhale, lift your elbows up slightly as you arch back. Exhale, round forward, come into forward fold. Inhale, roll back up, untwist the arms. Looking down at your feet. Start to bring the weight into your left foot this time. Floating the knee up to hip height. crossing that right foot over the left knee. You can bring hands to heart center as you sit back into a one-legged chair. And inhale, come back up to center, standing. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll back up to Tadasana. And from Tadasana, we'll start to build into our eagle pose. So starting at the ground, looking down at your toes, spreading your toes wide, pressing the big toe and the ball of the big toe into the mat, lifting up on the arch of the right foot. Then start to float up the left toes. Now cross the left foot over the right and pull your legs in towards each other. If you can, wrap your toes around your right calf. Now inhale, bring your hands in front of you. Bring the right arm on top. You can bring a block underneath your left toes if you need it there to help you get stable. Inhale, arms in front, right arm over left arm, same arms as we did before. Inhale here, making sure your elbows are at shoulder height. Exhale, see if you can bend your knees a little bit more, sink down into your eagle pose. Back is straight as much as possible here, just like, almost like a chair pose, but higher. And then unwind everything. Shake that out. And let's try that on the other side. Bringing the block to the left side of the left foot this time. Always starting with your feet, looking down at your toes, spreading your toes wide. Pressing into the big toe mound, lifting up the arch of the left foot, lifting the kneecap. Crossing the right leg over the left. Eagle legs. Option to not use the block. Other option to tuck the toes behind the right calf, behind the left calf. Inhale, bring arms in front, crossing left over right this time. Coming into your eagle arms, nice and high. And then exhale, slide down into your eagle pose. Pressing everything towards the midline. Arms to arms, legs to legs, navel to spine. And untwist everything. Bring your legs wide, turn your toes slightly outward. Opening arms into cactus, slide down into goddess pose. Exhale, forward fold. And then come down to your mat. And to Dandasana staff pose, walking your feet forward to tuck the glutes out of the way. Inhale to reach behind you and clasp your fingers together, lifting your hands up, opening through the chest. And then exhale, release that. Fold forward, rounding through the back. Inhale, roll up. Roll back onto your back. Walking your feet as wide as your mat, let your knees fall forward to touch. Windshield wiper your legs back and forth. And then stay with your knees both pointed to the left, bringing your arms out to the side. And then windshield wiper your legs again. And then drop them over to the right. Option here for a deeper stretch, you can bring the heel of the right foot onto the left knee. Inhale to center, and then pull your knees in towards your chest. Bringing your hands to your kneecaps, make some circles with your knees clockwise and counterclockwise. Letting your feet drop down, slide them out to the outer corners of your mat. Settle into your Shavasana, making sure your pelvis is tucked under gently. Shoulders are shrugged down the back body. Back of the head is lifted. Tongue is released from the roof of the mouth. As you relax into your mat, imagine that you're a bird floating on a gentle breeze. Your wings are outstretched, and it takes no effort to float on the currents of air. If any thoughts come to intrude on your peace at this time, imagine those thoughts are clouds, and you just watch them float away. You can remain here in Shavasana for as long as you like, but if you're ready to come out, take a deep inhale, exhale, start to bring some movement into your fingers and toes, rotating your hands around your wrists and your feet around the ankles. Bringing your hands overhead, stretching from your fingers to your toes. Bending into your knees to roll over onto your side. Bringing one hand in front of you. Gently push yourself up to seated. Hands come to heart center. The light in me recognizes, acknowledges, and appreciates the light in each of you. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for taking the time for yourself. And thank you for all the donations to the Canadian Cancer Society. Namaste.